Uh, we are here for yet again another episode of our YouTube live, and today we are going to discuss about how to live purposefully and live a life with a greater meaning. Uh, so we keep talking about living with purpose, and we keep hearing from like every nook and corner of the world, right? People in the West have also started speaking about living with purpose,
Mhm.
right? So they may, some people might be doing it earlier, but they were not talking about it. But now they do, right? So I want to understand from you what exactly living a purposeful life means.
Well, thank you, Afu. Thanks for asking this. The thing is, I mean, life is not just about living. Anybody lives. It's not just about being alive. Okay, it's about being busy with something that's worth living for, a meaningful life. So when it mean what it exactly means is when your daily actions, what you do every day, is uh, moving you towards something that you strongly believe in, that is your core purpose of life. All right. It unlocks a sense of uh, a sense of what do you call it, belonging. You belong to that core, or you belong to that you value. So that in turn will motivate you, it will drive you, and it build results in you. So overall, what happens is it will transform the way you look at it life, and it transform even the most ordinary person into extraordinary. So here I want to give you a couple of examples here. What I mean when it transforms ordinary into extraordinary. There is, I mean, if I talk about, let's say, Nelson Mandela, the whole world knows who Nelson Mandela is. Okay. He was an ordinary man. Okay. He was jailed, and he was jailed for 27 long years. For 27 long years, he was in a 4 by 4 cell, confined, alone. Okay. What makes a person live that long in that confinement? That is his strong purpose in his mind, that he wanted a freedom for his country, freedom from apartheid. His purpose was not just freedom, because in that period of time there was so much animosity between two races. So he wanted to basically end that animosity, build strong relationship between these two opposing parties. So freedom and bridging this gap. That was his purpose. That's what made him president of the country. Now one might say that okay, those are all big things, they're all big people, they're not, I'm not in that. So I'm an ordinary guy. How can I identify my purpose, or how what kind of purpose I can have, right? First thing is that every extraordinary person that you see today was once upon a time an ordinary guy like you and me. It is just that he decided to be an extraordinary by having a strong purpose in life. And if I have to talk about some ordinary or normal people like you and me, like if you, I am particularly impressed about few people on LinkedIn. There is one guy, his name is Zakir Hussain or something like that. All right? And his purpose in life is safeguarding children from abuse, especially sexual abuse. Okay. So he works extensively with schools, especially primary schools, people, children who are aged below 10 years. Okay. And he works relentlessly. That is his purpose in life, to save those children from. He's a person like you and me, just normal guy. He's not coming from the sky. He's not rich. He's not intelligent. He's not having Oxford degree. He's not from Harvard. Okay, he's ordinary man, but he has a purpose in life. He's living for that purpose, safeguarding children from sexual abuse. So that's the purpose. That's what drives him every day to take some action, to do something, right? So that's what it is when you say purpose. So
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I had muted it. All right. So, so the thing is, what I've understood is it's not just about the names that we hear from, in maybe newspaper or in books who have already done so much of extraordinary work. Is people uh, who have a purpose, they become extraordinary from ordinary, right? Now, one advantage when I heard you, and what I realize is when somebody is living with a purpose, uh, he can wake up in the morning with an enthusiasm that he or she is going to do something, right? And when there is no purpose, it's like it's a mundane life, a boring life, uh, you know, something which you do it every day, okay, and which is just thrusted, it is thrust upon somebody else or from the environment, and it is not coming from within. So now, at times, people who are ordinary and has the potential of become extraordinary, uh, they get stuck because it sounds very overwhelming to hear about such extraordinary work or extraordinary people like Nelson Mandela, which you named. So my question is, why purpose matters for an ordinary person or a common man?
Identity to yourself. So why it matters is, without a purpose, maybe you're living, but your life is not driven in any particular direction. Okay, it may be flowing all over. And people with purpose or tend to have good mental and emotional well-being. Okay, and because they operate at a high state of mind, they they tend to have live a healthy life. And I mean, research has shown there is a strong link between living purposefully and having a better mental physical health. And it motivates you every day to take actions towards your goals. Every step that you take, you are more likely to take meaningful actions. First of all, set yourself meaningful goals, then take meaningful actions to achieve those goals. And of course, it gives you immense satisfaction because you are working for a purpose. And yeah, it, it is it gives you kind of a clarity in life. Once you have a set purpose, you are clear about where you are going, what direction you are going, what you will do every day, because you want to reach a particular destination. Yeah, that's the purpose. So it helps you prioritizing your own life in a particular way. So that will be the main driver. It's a driving force that motivates you every day when even when things get tough, even when things get challenges. Like just now, we had severe challenges with connectivity, but we have a purpose here. We want to deliver message every week, and that purpose has driven us to repeatedly connect back and stay motivated to deliver, do what we want to do. Yeah, that's the
That's
thing.
true. And as I see you, I could see some difference in our environments also. Like people at times blame their environment that okay, this happened because of that, and the environment or the situation made me do something, right? Like you are sitting in a place where the temperature is warm. Okay, you are there sitting in a single sheet t-shirt, and I have to wear so much because it is so cold that people may not be, even I wouldn't want to come out of blanket, right? But since there is a purpose, we are
Yeah.
here and doing what is needed to be done,
Yes.
right?
Agree. Agree.
So thank you for answering that. But again, my question to you is, can you, so when we talk about purpose, people think or relate it with something which is coming after 20 years, 30 years, or let's say 50 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
But what practical outcomes can a person see when they are living a purposeful life every day?
Yeah. That's rightly said, actually, Arif, because people, when they say purpose, they think it is something that you achieve by end of your life, just before just before dying. So that's not how it works, actually. So whatever purpose you have, a part of it, bits and pieces, you're achieving every day. So uh, the research has shown that people who are purpose driven, first it increases your productivity. Okay. uh, so individuals report higher engagement, and the efficiency go up. The second thing is that you make good relationships with people. I mean, intentional living fosters a deeper connection because you have some shared values there. Okay. And then it builds resilience. Like you may face setbacks, you may have challenges, and yet you will persist. You will persist to do what you want to do because you have purpose behind. Right. That's the purpose which is driving you to do. And not the least, it gives you joy because you are doing whatever you're doing for a purpose. And we all in our lives, we want end of the day, before when you go to bed, you should feel satisfied. Okay, I have done something today for a purpose. Okay. So I mean, that's what it is. I mean, the main outcome of having a purpose is that it gives you direction, it gives you it makes you more productive, it builds strong relationships, uh, it builds resilience, and at the end of the day, it gives you satisfaction, it gives you joy in life. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and that you achieve milestones in the journey. Like
Yeah.
you can achieve something every day,
Every
right?
day. Yeah.
So that's wonderful. Now, another question comes to my mind is, let's say there is a trend nowadays that people want to go with the flow. People want to be, uh, well, they want to seek validation from their friends, their family, people around, and because of that, they do things which may not be helping in their purpose, right? Or which is actually distracting.
Mhm.
So, what are the consequences of living without a purpose?
Yeah, when a person doesn't have purpose, and when you're working without a purpose, it's like you're working without a scope. You've been given a job, but the job doesn't have a scope. So you don't know to what extent you are going, to what extent you must go, in which direction you need to go. So, I mean, it could be heading in any direction, but it could end of the day, you find yourself, all of it is meaningless. Like, in my professional career, I have seen people who reach maybe in their 40s, 50s. And it is like a big question mark on their face. Where am I today? What am I doing? Because this guy maybe he's engineer and he's doing totally a different job, and he started that because he just got a job. Now he reached a stage where he cannot go back, nor he can go front. So he was living without any purpose, without any direction, without any meaning. So like that, you get, first thing that happens is you get disoriented. First consequence is you get disoriented. You don't know. It makes no sense after some time. Okay, and it can leave you unaccomplished. You feel I have not accomplished anything in life. Second thing is you feel disconnect. You feel disconnect with the deep, your own deep self, because every individual has some strong values, strong beliefs. Every individual has an individual personality to himself. Okay, when you do things without a purpose, you feel a disconnect between these two. So when you have this disconnect, it reflects on your relationship that you make with people around you. So your relationship that you make may lack depth. Okay, so they can be just superficial relationships that don't last, at that are not useful. And when you are in such, when you are in such a state, when you are in such a flow, it causes severe fatigue. It causes burnout, which again reflects on your health, on your output, on your efficiency, and your works ends feels like endless. You are an endless grind going round and round without a purpose. And yeah, ultimately, I mean, the people who have worked for long, okay, I know people who have worked long, even retired. Then they say, I'm not happy with what I did in my life, because all that I did was just did a job and the money, ate, sleep, that's it. Nothing has come out of it. That millions of people do. So you feel unfulfilled. So the purpose is the guiding star that brings you clarity. Okay. So when you don't have a purpose, when you don't have this, you lack clarity. You don't know where you're going. So uh, that's very crucial thread. I mean, it's the purpose that threads it weaves together your ambitions, your values, and the relationship that you build with people. And that's very crucial.
Uh, Bring that and again, uh, of purpose and why is it important and what will happen if they don't have a purposeful life or uh, you know uh, when you were speaking I was thinking that why people get into distractions and get indulged in activities which may not help them, in fact uh, which will derail them from the journey they are on, the track they are on, right? So can you suggest some steps to develop and practice purpose in everyday life?
Sure, Arif. I mean, this is kind of, it's a favorite thing to talk, because in our coaching program, that is Victory Framework, we have certain things which can help people uh, identify their purpose in life. Because it all starts with uh, first of all, I mean, if I have to ask somebody, I would, first thing I would ask is, do you know yourself actually? Because one need to have that self awareness. Okay, so the understanding about your own self. Okay, this is essential for aligning your actions with your purpose. Okay, and knowing who you are, what kind of personality you are, it helps in identifying not only the path that you want to take, but where it is leading and what should be your actually purpose. And it in turn again, it depends on the values that you care for. And every individual have some deep rooted values. values that you have built over a period of time. Okay, and these values often don't change. And when those values are not met, when they are not satisfied, people generally feel dissatisfied in life. So first, you need to also to identify your values, and you need to align your actions with those values. Okay, so these two areas are critical. Okay, and our program definitely helps in helps people in achieving those things, because uh, your purpose stems from what matters to you most, what is your core value. So understanding that is absolutely crucial. Now, again, when purpose arising from your values, it will drive you, it will motivate you more, and it will keep you on track. All right. Now, third thing is that you, as we were saying in the beginning, it is not something very huge. It is not something that belong to only some special people. It belongs to everybody. Everybody can have a purpose, and that will realize that will come true only when you take daily action. So you need to take daily intentional actions on that. Okay, so set daily intentions towards that direction. All right. So purpose isn't confined to some special people, some influential people, or life's special moments or special decisions. It's a cultivating a habit of taking small intentional actions every day towards the direction, right? And the fourth thing is that uh, you focus on contribution. Often what happens is when we talk about purpose, we wait for special day, we wait for a perfect day, probably everything in it to be perfect. Like, for example, when we wanted to start this life, okay, we for a while also contemplating that, are we perfect, are we ready, is it ready, do we know, are we technical, tech savvy, can we do that? Okay, so you are never ready. You are never ready. You start, then things will get ready. Things will get better. So don't wait for a perfect day. Focus on how you can contribute, what you can do. Like, maybe it's a broken network, maybe it's a poor network, maybe it's uh, you are not totally ready. But just come up and show up and do what you want to do towards the purpose that you believe in. Don't wait for a perfect day. Just I mean, then the flow will take you. Then you can build from there on. And last but not the least, uh, engage in lifelong learning, because when you are in your 20s, you could your purpose could be like, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be rich, right? But once you become rich, that that is lost. You are already rich now. Now what? So the purpose could evolve as you evolve in your life. Okay, so keep learning, don't stop learning. Learning is a lifelong journey, lifelong thing. So keep learning. So staying curious and open to new ideas and uh, new concepts and new this thing, what happens is it ensures whatever purpose you have, it stays relevant to the time, relevant to uh, the present condition, because your own conditions could change in life. So uh, these are the things that can greatly help a person build a strong purpose in life and take actions towards that purpose.
So thank you for enlightening me and everybody else who attended and people who are going to watch this video through the understanding of purpose and why is it important and what action steps somebody can take to keep living his or her life through purpose. So thank you very much, Saeed. Any parting message that you want to convey to the audience?
Well, uh, one need to remember that it's not about something grandeur, something huge. It's about living authentically, because as I was saying, that we all have some values. You believe in some strongly. You believe in some values. So you authentically towards that values, and every small step that you take, it leads to that most meaningful and transformative yourself, the transform yourself. That's where it takes to, like I was saying, the huge people, the big people, the big names that we know now, like Nelson Mandela or Mahatma Gandhi or any big name that you take, Martin Luther King, or he was an ordinary guy, but he became extraordinary because he chose a purpose in life, right? So that's what it is. Be authentic and go after that core value that you believe in.
Yeah, in the end, you told something about choosing a purpose, choosing a life. People keep trying to find purpose, but I, bet it is easier if you choose something. You may find it somewhere, some at some point of your life, but choosing something, choosing a purpose is very, very important to lead a purposeful life. Thank you so much, Saeed, and have a wonderful time, everyone. Have a good time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Arif. See you.